So let's look at basic invoicing for your customers, and you can use this as long as you have all the details in Agent Mate, all the line items for the customer so they know exactly what they are getting. Make it look very clean, your invoice for your customer. You just want them to have as many details as possible. Of course, I always recommend, as I always say, log into AgentMate a minimum of one time a day, if not more. That way you can check for your reminders, any payments that are due, any tasks that you need to take care of for your customer. The list goes on and on of all the different reminders. And of course, the big thing is to check your critical notifications for any payments that a customer has paid from the invoice that you have sent to them, and then you need to process it with the vendor because please remember, keep in mind, payments that come in through AgentMate do not automatically post with a vendor. So just keep that in mind. Once you post it with the vendor, then you can receive the payment in AgentMate. So let's go retrieve a customer that we have been working on. And you can simply go to Find Reservation under the Reservations tab on your dashboard. You can put in the full last name or any parts of the customer's name, even the confirmation number. And remember, confirmation numbers are the numbers with the vendor, the cruise lines, the airlines, the wholesalers. Reservation number is a reservation number generated from AgentMate, which you will probably never ever use. So let's put in a last name. Let's search, and we're going to use the France family, and we're going to use their celebrity cruise. So if you will recall, this is one that we created manually. We went to the res pricing tab. We added different components for it, all the different line items from gratuities, onboard credit, the air that we booked. One thing that I'd left off of here, and I want to show you how easy that you can go in and add additional line items. Let's go down to new. Let's add a new line item. Let's say other, and we're going to say, of course, celebrity cruises. And for this one, we could say all in because it's the promotion with the classic beverage package and Wi-Fi. So under the invoice description at the right there, let's just put in classic beverage package and basic Wi-Fi. Because let's let them know what they have. Please keep in mind that if you do change a reservation, they change the type of packages that they have, then you would want to highlight the line item and remove it. But let's go over to invoicing. So if you go to the invoice tab at the top here, this is what the invoice, what we can add to the invoice and what we must make sure we have on there. I want you to pay attention to the notes section up here. These arrows, your up and down arrows, use them. Please use them. And what you want to do is we have a lot of different terms that automatically populate for the different vendors. And this one is about the non-refundable deposits. We want to click the arrow button. We want to move it up so it's at the very top of their invoice under the disclaimers. So when they go there, hopefully they will see, and hopefully you have told them that deposits are non-refundable. The other thing that I always move up, so it's at the top of the list under invoice disclaimers, is travel insurance. And you can just see here, and you can go in and read this later, but it's just a disclaimer on insurance, how they should purchase travel insurance, and you should be sending your customers at least 3 reminders if they decline insurance from our scripted emails that are available for you. But I want to move this up because I want this to be at the top. Now, of course, we could change who we want to send the invoice to if you wanted to. You could tell it to not show the middle names, which I usually do. If you wanted to put a call out header, you could. You could put something C, important. Okay, so then the customer will know that maybe they need to read the notes section with all of your invoice disclaimers. Now, if you'll notice here, some of the boxes are already checked. Your basic or your primary vendor, that is automatically going to appear here. What will not automatically appear here are items like prepaid gratuities, onboard credit, their flights, the all-in that we just added, etc. Now, if you want this to show on the customer's invoice, you will need to go over to the left and simply click on each one of these, and this way it will show up on the customer's invoice. If they had not paid a deposit yet, please make sure that the deposit amount is correct that you want to collect from your customer, and make sure that the date is correct. The other thing that you must make sure that is correct is when the final payment is due there. So if that is the case, then you want to make sure that has been updated. Make the change there for either the final payment date or the deposit date. Remember, if those dates are not showing correct, they do not match with the different vendors, first things first, let me know. Second thing is please change this because you don't want to send them the wrong dates. We do our very best to make sure that the dates for payments are correct with each vendor, but as we know, vendors change things often, so it is difficult to keep up with that. So if you see something wrong, then please let me know. So what we've done is we've told the system, okay, this is all going to show the primary vendor, but all of the additional add-ons, we want to click on them because we want to make sure that it is going to show. Now, if it is a zero amount, you could technically come over to your bundle section and just click on that. And the reason being is because it will take off the zero. And we want to go down and click save. So our invoice is saved. So now let's go down to preview invoice. Okay, so we have gone to preview invoice, and this is what your invoice will look like. It has the company name. If you have a branch in our system, it will display your information and, of course, your contact information. It's going to have the client contact and then all the details on the cruise. Now, if you'll notice just a couple of things, remember on this one, we told it we wanted it to display Prime Veranda so they know. And it also has the category, or the room number, I should say. It also displays the prepaid gratuities. Now, if you'll notice, it just says included because if you recall, we clicked the box that had zero amount. Otherwise, this would have said zero. Because on the left side of the original tab, on the invoice tab in Agent Mate, everything else that we clicked on the left is now showing. If we had not clicked on that, then none of this information would show. And then if you recall, of course, there's your itinerary, there is your price breakdown. Make sure that this is correct before you send it to the customer. You don't want it to be wrong if you are using this invoice system. Remember how we use the arrows to move additional notes up higher? That's where this all moved to. We moved the information about their deposits being non-refundable, about the insurance, and also this note, which is great. It just reminds the customer if they did not take out insurance, then basically they have no coverage for insurance, and we cannot be covered for any, non-cancelable, non-refundable fees if they did not have insurance. You could do one of two things now to send this to the customer. You could come up to email and simply click on email and it will email it from AgentMate. I personally do not use this. I come over to the middle, export it as a PDF, and I save it and I name it something on my computer. And then I will go into my email system and send it as an attachment and use one of the many written email templates that we have and available for you as well. So that is how easy that it is to create an invoice in AgentMate. And And as always, if you have any questions, you need help, I am here to help with this system with AgentMate. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me at any time. I hope you have a great day and thanks for joining me.
This is a crucial follow-up regarding the proper procedure for sending invoices to our clients through AgentMate. Please read carefully and apply these steps diligently. Using the Invoice tab. When working in the Invoice tab, always use the arrows on the right side to navigate through the invoice details. This ensures you review all necessary sections before sending. Vendor disclaimers. It is essential to move all important vendor disclaimers to the top of the invoice. This is not optional. Placing these disclaimers prominently protects both you and the customer. Verifying deposit and final payment dates and amounts. Vendors may have updated payment amounts and payment due dates without notifying us. Therefore, you must verify all payment dates and amounts in AgentMate against the vendor's current information. If you find discrepancies, please let Danny know immediately. To ensure the information is accurate and reliable, you must correct any inaccuracies in AgentMate before sending the invoice to the client. Selecting line items for the customer invoice. Be sure to click and select only the appropriate line items for the customer's invoice. This keeps the invoice clear and easy for the client to understand. Following these essential steps, you help maintain accuracy, clarity, and professionalism in all client communications.